Hey guys, okay, so this video is an explanation of the VEX, I guess, because of some questions that I get, and a lot of people doesn't like to read. A lot of this stuff is already on my website, even though my website's still in the making and doesn't have a ton of information, but the basic information is there, and a lot of people don't read it, and they ask me the same questions over and over and over. And also about some comments for the people makes online that they don't know what they're talking about. I'm the actual builder of the VEX, and I think I know what I'm talking about. So, one of the things that people says is that all the vents are pimped. Well, not says, but that I've heard, or people ask me, hey, are those vents, just for looks? And they're not, actually. So, the VEX has only one vent or one grill that is optional. You could make it functional if you want to, if you desire to, if you want to get more air through, for example, turbo intercooler or whatever, but which is the one on the hood. So this grill right here in this particular case is not functional. It's just there for looks, as you may. That's the only one that is. It could be functional because, as you can see in the front bumper, there's an opening above the actual bumper. There's an opening that goes to that. So it could be opened up and the air will come in through here and come out through here. In this particular case, it's not. But that's the only grill that if you want, let's just say, okay, it's pinned. When it comes to the other grills, this is an explanation of stuff is not pimping here. The three front grills actually are bringing air to the cooling system of the car. There's a radiator and an AC condenser in this grill, behind that grill. A radiator and a condenser behind that grill. And on the S models, when someone sends an S, a box to S donor, a lot of times they'll have a third radiator right here. And I'll show you that on this car that is in the making. So you don't have to take my word for it. There's a radiator right there through that opening. Big opening, there's another radiator right there, because this is an S model. And there's another radiator right there. That's a condenser, and right behind it, the radiator. So those three openings right there are actually functional. That's what cools off the car. Let's put it that way. Then we have this grills right here, which they're not pimping either. Those grills, there's one on each side. Those grills, the Porsche allows some of the air that comes in through the front to go through, like, it's not a scoop built in there, but it's like in the chassis form, there's like a channel where it allows the air to go in, go around, and hit the brakes to keep them kind of cooler. And let me show you again on this one, see if I can capture it. But there is right through here, right in there. So that's one grill, another grill, right through there. Air goes right through here, and it makes a churn, and it comes out, and it kind of cools the brakes. So what happens is, because we whitened the car, I whitened the car from its original width, which is just about here, 3 to 4 inches or whatever, that I whitened the car, a lot of the air could get trapped because the body now is white. So that's when this vent comes into play and allows some of that air out to not be trapped. So practically, even though I whitened the car on this side, I'm not trapping the air, or I'm trying not to trap as much air as possible from the Porsche's original design of allowing some of the air to get in there to cool off a little bit of the brake. That's what those do. So we cover the front ones, cover that one, cover the top one. Now we're gonna go onto this one. There's two big grills, one on each side of the car. Those grills are also not pimping, they're not there for looks. They actually do something. They're there because the Porsches have, on one side, it gets the air intake to the engine. So it's the actual intake manifold. That's where the air filter is, and that's where the engine goes into the air goes into the engine. And on the other side, what Porsche did is put a vent with the fan that allows just outside airflow through the engine bay. That doesn't go into the engine, it just flows around the engine to keep the engine the engine compartment cooler and vent it. That's what it does. And I can show you on this one right here, which is being built. There's the part where I stretched the car, the actual original Porsche. And you can see right there, I don't know if you can kind of tell, let me come from here, and you can see right here, there is the intake for the engine. And that's where that's at. And on the other side, go real quick through the other side, there's another intake right here, right? Which you can see it on a stock Porsche that they have. Let me lift this up. They have a grill right there, and also on the other side. Those grills are not there pump pimping. They actually are functional. They're bringing air into the engine bay and air into the inside the engine. So intake, engine intake, air intake. That's what those do. And then we have the last set, which is in the back, which a lot of people think they're just flat or closed solid diffusers or whatever. I haven't put the fins on it, but these are actually grills. And it's allowing the air from the engine compartment, engine bay, which is under this cover below that, there's where the engine is at. So the engine is from the wheels, it's a little bit in front. That's where the engine sits. So the transmission sits, that's where the muffler sits. All that heat that is in there, I'll open those up and put grills to allow the heat of the engine to get out the back and the heat of the exhaust and all that to get out to keep the engine cool. And that's what I did in this case. At Porsche, what they did, which obviously you know we use a Boxster donor car, Porsche had to insulate, they insulated everything. And here you see how the original Porsche is. So insulated there, and this gets insulated too when the bumper reinforcement is installed. It's completely covered and insulated to not allow that heat to get out and hit the bumper, the cover. But there are vents in there, and in there that's where the engine is, and air comes out through there. But in the case of a Porsche, it's been insulated, covered up, as the bumper that they have on it. Let me show you on this one, it's just solid. There's no air out. So what I did is I allowed all that air that is trapped inside that to get out through the back. And that's what those two are. So all of these vents, obviously there is no vents here. It may look like it, but it's just a shape and form, and I'll explain about this in a little bit. So this is the actual, all the vents on the car, all the grills on the car, all the intakes on the car. None of them are pimping. All of them are actually functional. And that's one of the things I hear a lot. Oh, you know, this is a kit car. It's got all this stuff. It's all pimping. I didn't do nothing on this car about pimping. It's, yes, the styling of the car. Sure, you can call it that. But when it comes to the grills and all the stuff that is there for a reason, and it has a purpose. It's not there just for looks. No. So that's the explanation of the, hey, are those grills and intakes pimping? No, they're not. Okay, that's what that's for. The other thing is, people ask me about the electric spoiler. There is an option for an electric spoiler. So the electric spoiler is this right here. Right here has been split because we have an actual fixed spoiler on this particular car requested by the owner customer. So this piece, which will be solid all the way around, right here, it will be separated, because the cars that don't have electric spoiler, I just leave it solid, but it will be separated across, back, and it connects back to that. So this whole thing will be, let me see if in this one I can show you better what I'm talking about. Let me uncover this one real quick. So there we go. I don't know if you guys can see it. So this right now is not separated right here. So this spoiler right here will be separated here, across and back, so it will be, the whole thing will become one spoiler separate from the actual lid. And this will be the part that comes up and down electrically, right? As the Porsche already has an electric spoiler system, and I like to incorporate it into the new design, new styling or whatever. This particular car has a fixed spoiler requested by the customer, so obviously we don't have none of that system working, but because that's an option and customers have not actually want to pay the money or whatever you want to call it to do the electric spoiler and accept that one right there will have the electric spoiler, and you guys will finally get to see it, or whoever cares about seeing it. But that's the electric spoiler. Everybody says, where is the electric spoiler? I haven't seen it. And, everybody talks about electric spoiler on the VEX. Well, that's what it will be. But if the customer doesn't request it, then I just don't do it. It doesn't come standard with the car. It's an option you can get if you want. Of course, it's going to cost a few bucks, anywhere from a couple grand probably to get it all, because of the man hours that it takes to separate everything, hinge everything. Obviously, it takes a lot of man hours to do all that. And that's why it's an extra couple grand. So that's the thing about the spoiler. Yes, it's electric. Yes, it's already been designed to be that way. But because out of the 4 cars that have been built, nobody has asked for one yet, and I have a feeling it has to do with the cost. They don't want to spend more money on it. That's why you haven't seen it. Remember that in this case, I don't get to do what I want. I do what the customer requests me to do. So it's not, the cars are not built the way I want to build them or the way I want them to look. It's how the customer wants me to make it look. Pink with red polka dots, that's what we do. Anyways, that's that. Then, the other thing is the rooftop. So this top is solid. They all get painted black. The top is solid. There's an option where we can get that top and transparent, so you can actually see through it. So when you're inside the car, you can see through it. But then again, customers don't want it. Pay the extra money. It costs about $1,500 to have the clear top for when you see inside the car. You can see it. Still from the outside will look identical. It will look just all black, but it's actually see-through, and you can actually see outside from the inside of the car. And that's the thing about the top. If the people were asking, what's this top option? The other thing is, people ask, how does the top, I don't know why they ask that, how does the top on latches? I don't know if you can see, it's very simple. Just pull that lever, and the top comes up, okay? And when you close it, you just, and that's it. That's how the top comes up, very easy. Why people want to know this? I don't know. It's like, oh God, if it takes me a minute to take the top off, I don't want the car. It's got to take 20 seconds. Okay, whatever. That's the other thing about the top. Then it comes to, let me think here, what's the next thing that a lot of people ask? Oh, headlights. I get a lot of questions about the headlights. People in the world knows, yeah, they're Celica headlights. They're aftermarket Celica headlights, not original. And there is 3 versions of them. There is black chrome, like this one's. There's chrome, and then there's black. So those are all optional. I mean, not optional, meaning it's going to cost extra to get them, but it's up to you to choose the color you want. The other thing is the lowering. Some people have seen pictures of this car, and they're already, oh, it's too tall, it's too high, lower it, whatever. That is on the customers. Customer says they want the car dropped or not, okay? This car has not been lowered. It's got about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches top. I don't even think it's that much. So, but there's an option for that, which we can get coilovers, adjustable coilovers, for the Boxster, because that's what this car is, obviously. That is something that is optional. There are inexpensive versions of $600-700, and there are $2,000 versions. There are $3,000, like the owner of that one. He requested a set that is in between, so it's a $1,500 set of coilovers. And obviously we will install them. We're not going to charge them to put the coilovers on the car, but it's something that if you want the coilovers, we can get them for you, and then that way you have more adjustability on the car, so until you measure yourself with the car, and once you know you got it right, you can just adjust it. It doesn't mean you're going to push a button inside. Seems like everybody got lazy nowadays. They want to push a button and race the car. No, it's something that you have to actually adjust it through the wheel well and whatnot, but you can actually, yes, raise the car 4 inches, drop the car 4 inches. That's that. Another thing is the steering wheel, which has been a little bit of confusion. The steering wheel, the car will have the original Porsche Boxster steering wheel, not this one. This steering wheel is a custom steering wheel. I don't know if you guys can see it really well. So carbon fiber, perforated leather. It's just a beautiful steering wheel, but it is a very expensive steering wheel. They go, the cheapest one you'll find online is $1,500 to $1,800. And me as a business, I managed to talk to them and get a better deal, and I can get them anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200. that depends on different stylings and whatnot. So that is something that is also an option. Obviously, the car will have the original steering wheel like the VEX on my other videos has, or you have the option to get this steering wheel, but it'll be like $1,200 to be able to add that. And that's the steering wheel. When it comes to the touch screen, the upholstery on the seats and all that stuff, obviously that's all included. The rims and tires is included. Also the wheels. This is not the only style of wheels that we have. There's about 20 different style of wheels that the company builds, the company that I use. I usually send the people a link and they can go to their website and choose their style and choose their fit and finish and how they want them, black or chrome or yellow or green or whatever. Pinstripe, no pinstripe. That is something that most guys have been liking the wheels that I chose on the prototype car, and they've been liking that, and so they'll be saying, hey, I just want the same wheels. So that is an option as well. You can get 20 different style of rims, and obviously the offset is going to be the offset, meaning the size of the wheels, whether they're 20s, and then the offset, meaning how far the wheels stick out or not. That's the standard for the VEX, what that we need. When it comes to the styling and the finish, that's on the customer, and obviously there's no extras on that. There's no extra charge or whatever that. So this is some of the most common questions I get about the car, and then one of the other things, which is the explanation of the engine power, the horsepower of the engine and whatnot. And I always said, look, there's a lot of experts out there, specialty shops that work on only souped up motors and doing stuff to motors. They're they're professionals, that's what they do. And this is a box. So I always tell people, I'm concentrated on the styling of the car, customizing it, all that good stuff. And if you want to put power, obviously this Boxster's throwing a twin turbo on this car can really wake them up a lot and get you almost supercar horsepower. You can probably pull 500 horses out of a Boxster S, throwing the twin turbo kit. And professional guys, don't quote me on that. Obviously, I'm not an expert at this crap. I do know, but I'm not an expert. Okay, so I'll leave that up to the owner. Just get a tuner shop near you, have them do the turbocharge, test the car out, go drive it around, make sure the car is cool and the power is how you want it, and you're not dealing with having a VEX just finished and beautiful and painted and polished and ready to go out, and then you got to take it to the shop to get all that. Do all that first. Have them do whatever power you want. If I was to do that for you, which I can do it, if I was to do that for you, that means this car is going to take a long time for it to be ready. And if you have somebody else do it and that's what they do, they'll probably get it done for you quick. Then 2 to 3, 4 weeks, you have the power that you want in the car, and then you send it to me and I'll take care of the styling and stuff. And the last thing is the timing. How long does it take to build a car like this? Which says on my website, which we're going to correct, that obviously it takes 4 months of full-time working on this car to get it to look like this, from a regular Boxster to look like a VEX. And for the haters, it doesn't matter if you love it or you hate it, it still takes 4 months to get it to look like this. We should do it, we shouldn't do it, well, that's up for the debate. But at the end of the day, that's what it takes, okay? So now, as of today, and today is, what the hell is today, March something, 2021. As of today, I have about a year waiting time, at least. A year to get your car at home, or a year to get the car started. Obviously, there is a lot of people that found out about the car with all these videos and stuff, and they started sending cars in, and things went crazy, and they swapped me with a lot of cars all at once. Now I need to start figuring out a way to catch up, and so as of today, it can take more than a year. If that's too much time, I don't need to hear it. You can just go ahead and order somebody else's car, buy another car, do whatever you want. Because as far as I know, even to restore a classic car that has already been built, doesn't need to be fabricated, it's just making it pretty, not build it. It can take 2 years to do a restoration on a car. It can take 2 years to build a custom car. But God forbid I take a year, everybody goes, oh, why do I have to wait so long? Well, it's a custom car. It's built, each one, and okay, I don't have a freaking donut machine that pops them out one every day. Okay, it doesn't work that way. So that's how this thing is. Hope that explanation helps to answer some of the questions that I get on my website, emails, whatnot. And also I know I'm horrible, my video sucks, and also I don't do a lot, and I get all that too. So I'll start throwing some videos out there again and again. I'll expect the Hollywood, welcome to my channel. Today I ain't doing that crap. Okay, this is the car. It's a cool toy, it's a cool ride, and that's how it really is. Okay guys, thanks man for all the care. Thank you very much for watching this video, and yeah, hopefully I'll make some more videos next of this thing coming together. This is the one getting built right now. The rest of Vendetta being built back there. Obviously the prototype engines a lot of people have been waiting for. And yeah man. All right guys, have a good one man.